Who cares about a timer? Forget the timer. Okay, forget about the timer. Let's turn this music off. Listen, real quick, this is crazy. Who cares about a timer and whatnot? So, of course, when you run beta stuff, everything may not work like you need it to. Hey, wait a minute. So I think what happened was the camera just wanted to go off over here. Coffee Tech, what's going on, bro? Oh, yeah. How did battery just die over here? See, when you set up to do stuff, batteries just want to die. Hold on. Always got to have something in the drawer ready. These suckers come in handy. Junkie, you know what this is. Let's plug you up. I need a camera in front of me. Come on, baby. Let's come on. So I am simply unboxing real quick this little thingamajig over here. Let's see what we got here. So this is just a Smallrig thing, and I'm going to do this short so I can repurpose it and have it on for live. Look at this. So here's the funny thing. I'm going to send this to my boys Ken and Glenn because for some reason, maybe it's a bad cam link, or maybe it's just when you're running in this one thing it's like taking the camera and it's actually like freezing it. So if I go over to this, I call it this camera over here. This camera right here is actually, she wants to just sit. So look at that. I promise you, she just, I don't know if I have to shut it off and then shut it back on, and then maybe it'll come back up and do something. Okay, so Rob, I'm checking it out to see. You probably can still hear me, but you couldn't see me talking because this one camera, I think my A5100 is broke or something. I'm probably discouraging people from getting one. And it's got to be a power thing. I don't know. Okay, bear with me real quick because I'm going to shut the power off and it's going to come right back on. Okay, Alexa, turn cameras off. Let's do this real quick. Let's do this. Alexa, turn off cameras. Okay. So I just went dead. Y'all hang on because you can still hear the sound. Alexa, turn cameras on. Alexa, turn cameras on. Hopefully I'm not messing up anybody's Alexa at your house if you're watching. And so, hey, look, Rob, I tuned my mic. I sat here. Shout out to everybody who tunes their mics. Okay. I tuned my mic to make sure it was okay. So I'm going to go back to that camera. Hopefully this sucker is working. It's working now. Look at that. Look at that. It is you. It is you. It's working now. So I'm going to show you what that camera is. This guy over here, it was acting up. It was just something that every time it had its turn, it started jacking up. Hey, look, people, stay tuned. I'm going to actually have a video uploaded that is pretty much, it's hot. I think you're going to like it. And what it is, it's going to kind of explain how I just keep my fingers here, right? And look at that thing. Shh. That is a you can't beta thing. And Doc said we're not allowed to talk about it, so I'm not going to say it. I'm going to obey the boss, okay? Let's go with this unboxing real quick. So what this is this is a Smallrig. It's a Smallrig V-mount battery box. So I don't know about you, but I'm slow to the game, okay? I'm slow to the game on the V-mount stuff. Other people know about V-mount batteries. I'm just getting in there. So, Rob, shout out to you real quick. You crushed it on that whole Keeley thing. And then to everybody along with it, it was phenomenal, y'all. So I love it. Let me see who's in the house. Devin, I see you in the house. What's going on, Devin? Devin Chambers is here. Good to see you. Oh, how that just going to fate? See, got to learn this stuff because of the jack up. So Rob said, Smallrig rocks. Wait a minute. If I do that, oh, okay. So then maybe it's hanging around on the screen. You know what? Got to tell the guys what's going on so they know. But I'm not supposed to be talking about beta. Okay. Now, let me get some little bit of music in the background and put that a little low. There we go. Let's drop it down. This is how I do my unboxing stuff. So here we are with, let's go. This is Smallrig. So on the jib that's moving right now, I have everything. I have another video. I have it all powered up on the jib. So it was a whack video to many. I'm not as professional as all these other guys and having my stuff, you know, like real polished. But for those people who, if you want to do a setup, what I'm going to show is this little setup here. I have 3 pieces that'll need to be powered. So it's 2 pieces here, and then finally it'll be the camera when I put the camera on there. So right now it is on my jib. The jib is moving back and forth. And what I have is these V-mount batteries, and this is cute. If you look at my other video, I got the little petite one, okay? So let's see. Here's a big battery, and there's a small battery, okay? This little small one is dope because I use it when I go out a lot, plug the phone and stuff in there, charge it up, and it'll have your stuff running forever. I need to put the V-mount on this camera in front of me so that it'll just stay on forever. But that camera on the jib, so this right here that's moving, I have this battery on there, not this one. If I put this battery on there, I can literally have this jib moving. I can be talking, I can be doing a live, and I can have movement to my whole scene, and that sucker is going to run for well over 4 hours. I promise you. The camera, the jib, which has a pan on there, it has a pan and tilt up here, and the jib is moving. So it's actually 4. Well, the top part is 1 piece. So let me get over to this guy so you see it. Hopefully this guy's still on. Okay, I'll move this mic out of the way. So that jib thing moving in the back right there, that little L thing, that's 1 piece powered. Then it's the pan on there, and then it's the jib itself. So that's 3 pieces, and then the camera makes 4. All of those are running off of this one little battery right here, and that will run for at least 2.5 to 3 hours constantly. If I don't have much movement going on it, it'll stay on, and I can use the jib and allow it to keep moving back and forth. Okay, so with this battery here, though, I mean, you going all afternoon just chilling. So let's unbox this Smallrig. Rob, I heard you say you love Smallrig. Smallrig is so dope, but here's the problem. It takes forever to come. So you're going to be on here with me real quick, and I'm going to do this unboxing, and I'm just going to get out of here and go to bed. So I don't have my desk set up for special unboxing, but let's look at this piece because I want to compare it to the piece that came with Edelkrone, because I think Edelkrone kind of got everybody. Kim, you've been eyeing the sliders lately so I can get some cool solo B-roll of myself for my videos. My husband is going to be mad. Yes, he is going to be mad. Well, look, I got some good news for you, sis, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. Let me see if I can get to it real quick. I'll do the sidebar. Okay, this guy right here is on a small Edelkrone slider. If you want to look that up, it is the slider 1, and it's literally a small piece, right? It's real small. I don't want to mess up my shot, but I'll take it off and I'll show it to you. I'll get a camera on it so you can see it. It's literally a bar, and it's going to give you a lot of movement. So if you look at this movement on here, this is sliding right now. So I'm gonna let it slide so you can see what's going on. So B&H and Amazon sell Smallrig, and I get them faster from them. Oh, Rob, thank you so much. You are absolutely correct. If I just order from B&H, the Smallrig stuff, it'll come faster. You're right. When I order directly from Smallrig, it takes forever, bro. Now, this piece that I got now, the issue is that it was a new piece, so it's kind of like the ZV1s. It was something that was new that had to come out, and so that was going to take a while. Okay, Kim, if you're looking, this slider is actually moving. It's small, it's petite. Now, the crazy thing is the slider that I'm going to show with this, that I actually got this V-mount thing for, it is this right here. And this right here is my bigger slider that I take out when I do interviews and stuff. It has a longer range of motion back and forth. I got this doohickey and stuff on here. It's got its legs and all of that stuff on there. It's got a big battery pack on there so it can just go for a while. So don't tell work, but sneak off to be, oh yeah, sneak off to B&H during lunch. Got you, Coffee Tech. I feel what you're saying. So I have the universal, the Smallrig universal power bank mount. Got you. Okay. So I had to get this guy because I don't have a floater camera to show you. Out of all these darn cameras I got here, I don't have a floater camera just to show you what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you was, so on this rig right here, I don't have a mount to hold the V mount up. So I got this crab claw, and evidently I think I'm going to be able to wrap this crab claw around the leg or something. Yes. Okay. It's going to sit on this leg. Okay. I set this up so I can show you over here. Let's stop this movement for a second, and I'm going to show you how it's going to sit on the leg. I'm just pre-doing this real quick. Let's see. Come over here. All right. Now, let's go back to our pairing. Come on. Now, look. This is the Edelkrone. This is the jib. Okay. It has a jib to show his slider. Look at this. So, everything is set in here. Remember I told you about those zoom buttons there? So I have each like scene set up so I can see what part I want to show. So number three pose is going to take that jib down to this spot over here. Okay, so we can see. And what I'm going to do is, okay, yeah, that should zoom in and sit right about here. Good. So what I really want to do is I want to get the V-mount battery on this leg, because I didn't have anywhere else to hook it up top. So I'm going to put it on this leg here. Good. That's going to go on there. And let's get this thing out the box. Let me get this jib back up top so we can see something else. All right. Of course, how many people got a ton of Allen wrenches? Just be honest. You have a ton of Allen wrenches, okay? I just got Allen wrenches everywhere. Everybody's giving away like extra Allen wrenches. So here it is. There's nothing else in this box except some bubble wrap, cardboard box, and the battery plate right here. I waited all this time for this battery plate. Let's pull him in. Hey, is that a pull-in shot already? What are you doing? Did she get stuck? So this is what happens when you run in beta. That's a problem. I shouldn't have did beta. See that? I did beta, and now, okay. Now it's jamming up with my, okay, here we go. There's a pulling shot. So I waited about a month and a half just to get this plate right here. So here's what I have, Coffee Tech and everybody else. I have what's running on the other rig, the V mount, is the Edelkrone power mount. So this is a power distribution. Of course, we have the D-tap is right here. Of course, it has an on and off switch, what I like. Here's to take the battery off of there. On this side, we have USB, right? Let me turn it right. We have USB. We have the 8 volt, 12 volt, 12 volt. Now, here's something. Look, I'm hitting my button and it doesn't. That's the problem with, like I said, when you run beta. So here's what I did. I took these cords just because they fit, and I plugged into my 6600, A6600. When I got the battery plate, the V-mount battery plate from Edelkrone. The issue was the Edelkrone plate, and I need to do a detailed review on this. If you just buy it, they did not warn you that each one of these outputs, each one of his outputs are 12 volts. Now this one has an 8. And the problem still is that every cord fits into, so the 8 still fits into what your camera's going to be. If you just take a dummy battery and plug it into one of these things, because it fits, you will fry your camera. Don't do it. Okay, it cost me a couple $100 to get my camera fixed. But at least this is labeled and it tells you what the voltage is on each one. So the Edelkrone battery plate, I would not get it unless you know that you have to get the right dummy battery so you don't fry your camera. That's the thing to be careful with these V-mount things. Okay, so this is good because I'm going to plug these guys in here. See, it won't fit in the 12 volt. That's good. So this cord doesn't fit in the 12 volt. It only fits in the 8. And that'll get to the products. Goodness gracious. So now, look, I'm up the creek now. Because here's look, I'm going to turn this camera over here so I can actually get a little bit. Okay. So here's the two pieces on here. It's the swivel and the tilt. And then also back here, we have the slider. It's the slider itself. It moves the slider. So here's my V-mount. Just gonna plug this sucker up on here. Good. And then this guy is going to power up everything that I plug to it. So right now, I'll let you listen. Let me shut the music off so you can hear this real quick. All right, stop music. Now check this out. When I plug this up to here, you're going to hear a beep, okay? Because the juice is going, and I think, did I turn the power on? Okay, power's on. Look at that. There's the power. Okay, that was faint, but you could hear it. It goes bling. Okay, because it's cutting it on. It's giving it juice. And then I can pair this guy. So my objective is to take and be able to power this whole rig just like this one over here. So this one over here has the V-mount battery and everything on that jib. You know what? I'm just going to show this for kombucha over here, how this slider is, and get the battery up here. Why do I have the camera so tight? Okay, yeah. Since we have the zoom on here, I'll just zoom it in and show you what's going on. Come on, Mr. Zoom. Okay, if you see that over there, it has the battery mount on the jib over there. Okay, so that's the slider, and then the jib is behind the microphone. Let's move it. Oh, it's sitting so behind. I have to actually turn this camera off so you can see it. Okay, let me get back to it. Normally I'm set up better for this, y'all. I totally apologize. Not that I gotta apologize to everybody about this, but such is life. So simply put, this plate looks fine. I'm gonna have to screw this plate into the back of the crab claw so that it can sit on side of the rig. So let's go back to Mr. Jibby over here, and let's point down to position number 3. That's gonna move down. And so everything is going to get a plug, and it's going to plug right into here. And then when I need to use the slider, the tilt. And so for anybody who's watching this and you like this slider action thingamajig going on, you want to power the rig. Because if you don't power that rig, you're going to have a problem. And it's a pain in the neck to try to take and run cords all through the room to plug into the wall. So you can neatly have everything set up on the one tripod, and then when you go somewhere with a V-mount battery, you can power up everything. Your camera, you can power up the slider, you can power up the jib and all, and you have it all set just like that. So, I mean, what's the number for that jib slider setup? 2,800? Absolutely not. Listen, Coffee Tech, if you know anything about B&H, right? Here's the little secret, and I told this to my boy Marshall Fox. Here's the secret, and I hate to say this live, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you watch B&H and just sign up for the inbox on the deals, they literally, oh, stop it. Okay, they literally have deals where Edelkrone is darn near over 40% off, and so I've not purchased anything Edelkrone at full price, except for like the smaller, cheaper stuff. But anything that's like major, I sit and I wait. And if you wait patiently and long enough, you get it. All right. So that's pretty much it. That's real simple. I can repurpose this and do something a little bit more detail. But I'm going to show Kombucha this slider she's talking about. So I'm going to turn this slider off and show everybody this other slider so that if she decides to get a slider, you don't want to get this one right here, Kombucha. You don't want that one. That one is just, it's big. It's a monstrosity in a sense. It's smoother. But the one, if anybody's looking for a slider, I got to repent. I did a Diana Gladney. Yes, I said a Diana Gladney. In other words, when I met Diana Gladney, she was a Canonite, okay? And then she went Sony, kind of left everybody hanging after like 50,000 to 1 million views on how well Canon is. I'm just messing with her. But the thing is, when you change, you keep everybody up on what you change with. So I'm going to go to this other slider over here, and I'm going to stop this guy. I'm just going to stop him. Okay. All right. We're going to stop him, and I'm going to show you this slider. I had to stop it so you could, basically see it. I'll switch to this camera. It'll be my main camera right here. And then I'm going to take, this is fun, y'all. You got to watch my other videos so you understand why I like the Des View teleprompter. Look, this is my confidence monitor. I'm just going to take this monitor off of here, right? And I'm going to just set it aside. Then I'll just get this camera and move the camera a little bit so I can point it at this slider so we can show Kombucha what's going on. All right, we ready? Here we go. So Kombucha, this is the small petite slider. Now look how small this guy is. Let's get some light on there. Okay, let's get the focus. Okay, look how small that is. That's the whole slider that you've seen. All right, I'm just trying to get my orientation right. That's the slider that you've seen moving back and forth. It's this guy here. And so did I stop it? It has a little remote that does not come with it. You actually have to get the remote. And I'll lift it up so you can see it. See this here? That's the whole entire slider. It's from Edelkrone. You can get this on sale for under $400, I think, if you wait for the sale. Look at this. Small footprint. It's literally smaller. If you have this arm right here, it's literally smaller than the length of this arm and just twice as wide as this, and you're straight, okay? So you have this Elgato arm. So if you have one, Kombucha, think about this arm. This slider is literally that petite. It fits right on the desk, and as long as you don't have a big lens hanging off of it, it's going to stay balanced so you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you're going to put something big like a Des View on there, and I'll show you this real quick. If you're going to do something like this and put the Des View on there on the front and hang it on the front, let me put this back. I'm going to do my setup here. Come on, you. Hang on. Okay, so if you're going to put a setup like this, look at this. People, this Des View is the bomb. Look, back here, I got my confidence monitor set right back up. I'm done, okay? And I'm back right in front of the camera. Let me zoom back out. Look at this. There we go. All right, I'm right back with my confidence monitor. But here's the deal. If you're going to take, come on over here. There we go. So if you see these little feet on here, this is the Edelkrone Stand 1. The Stand 1 is such a versatile piece of a stand because you can lift stuff up, you can mount it awkward ways, and it's not a regular traditional tripod. So think of it as a quad pod instead of a tripod, and you'll be able to take this guy and put stuff here and move it up and down. And then I have the, those Z flexes. This is from Edelkrone too, but you can lift it up and pull it down. Now, you tighten it with an Allen wrench. Coffee Tech, you got the Des View T3. Listen, bro, look at this. Confidence monitor gone right there. If I take the cables out, I'm good. Get it out the way, you got the camera sitting here. Now, but look at this. Boom. Okay, so thought it was just hype, but it's the real deal. I love this thing. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. I think everyone bought the Elgato LP arm. Come on, people. Are we all in or what? Are we all in or what? You can't beat this thing. Look at this. Out of the way. Pull it right back over. Bam. It's in the way. Listen, can I show y'all something that some people may not know? This is awesome because I ordered a second one, and let me show you. Dot Rock, what's going on, bro? I'm going to show you guys what the special part about this is. Okay, you said it's sold out. Wow. Yep, I should have bought it. Yep, when it came out. So look, here's the deal. I'm going to take this out the trough. I don't know why I'm going in this, but this is what I like about it. You literally can move this out of here. Voila, look at this. You literally shorten the arm. Check this out. This is so fire because you don't even have to use the second arm. Look at this, people. You got the one arm and you can shorten it. So when I get my second one over here and I'm doing a live with Tina, I can put a stool right here and I can have a short arm sitting right here and it still articulates. So you can still move the arm up and down right here. Okay. Can you see your comment? Okay. Okay. You can see it. Okay. Got you. So yeah, she's absolutely right. I'm just farting around, but Kim Bucci had asked me about this slider. And so I was just going to show her that slider, but check this arm out. I'm loving this. The fact that you can take the arm, and I took the one piece out of here and shorten the arm. I'm digging that. So I can literally take the arm and sit it here and move it over here if I want. But let me put this back and get my wire back through. Take it out. Hold on. Boom. And let's go through the trough. Put this back on here for the extension. And here she goes. Boom. Plate over here. This is the best stand I've ever had on my desk. I promise y'all, the best stand ever on the desk. It's T-Rex arm. I was born with short arms. Yeah, but listen, even Doc, you know this. How versatile is that stand though? That stand is so versatile to be able to take that piece off and shorten it and move it, over to closer if you don't want that much of an arm around. So, Michelle, I hope that you get yours soon enough. My second one, I think it's going to take forever. I don't even know when it's going to be shipped. I ordered it early, but it's still not coming. So it also goes vertical for stand-up talking. Absolutely, Doc. And this is what wait a minute, wrong camera. Okay, so this is what I love about it. The fact that if you take and you put it shorter, you can still, of course, go up for standing, as he said. But if I don't want all of this, I can just put this guy right in here and I just have a short space going on. You can't beat that. And the trough is like amazing just to be able to tuck that down in there. I like it. I'm gonna put an air tag in my trough just in case somebody try to take my stand from around these ways, up in these streets, as Michelle would say. Up in these streets. So I'm about to end this. Unless anybody has any questions, this is kind of like foreign stuff for most people, or it's like old news to some of you, or it's like, wait, what? Why would I need that? I promise y'all, it literally, if you're talking about doing a rig, something like this, or what I'm doing over here, it actually really helps. So, what I'll do is I'm going to just pull this guy right off here again. I love it. Take the confidence monitor right off. And if I want to do something here, I can show you what's going on. So see this guy over here, the jib? There's the jib. Look over here. All right, I'm going to move this guy out the way. See this jib rig setup? The jib there's only one cord from this jib. And because I do a lot of live stuff, there's just the HDMI cord is coming from that jib. That's the only cord coming off of the tripod. Nothing else is coming off of it. All the rest of the cords are tied together and they just go to the top base of the tripod and it's mounted to the small V-mount battery. Now, here's the interesting thing, and I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. That right there is the V-mount battery. That's this guy, right? That little guy is sitting right on the side of the jib rig, right around there. And that little battery is powering this guy back here. It's powering this guy right here. That's the pan. It's powering this guy up here. And it's powering the camera that's sitting on it. All of that is sitting on there, and that thing is going to run for about, listen, y'all, without exaggeration, it'll run for at least 3 hours on my small battery. And I have the Nano 1. There's a Nano 2 out, and I'm only rocking the Nano 1. So the Nano 2 is going to give you more time. And then you can jump up to something that, this is Doc's language, the wasabis. So if you're not worried about size, if you're doing outside recording, and so this is a whole nother topic that I'll talk about later on. In our communities, sometimes we talk about gear that's for moving around to people that don't move around. We talk about gear for stuff that's traveling and people don't even travel. And so the reason why I just did this is because I do go out in the field. And so when I go out in the field, I was so ignorant to it, I learned the need to have a V-mount battery and to step above these guys. Because after a while, a lot of these, it takes to keep things running all day. The camera's going to burn it down after a while, and a slider's going to burn it down after a while. But get one of these, you can stay powered up all day and get everything together. So, Rob, you said the battle of the studios, Pastor Key versus Pastor Felicia. Who will win? I think Felicia still has me beat. She got longer pockets than me, in my opinion. And I don't have as many screens as she does. So where's my screens at? My screens, I just got old computer over there, screen here, and I'm done. Just these two screens. But, you know, Doc Rock's got a computer in the back, computer over there, computer in the garage, Apple IIc in storage, Apple original somewhere else. He's got a Newton, I think, two-way pager and all of that stuff. I don't, but Felicia will win over me with all this stuff around. So I just made a real mess out of my desk, farting around with y'all. I made a real mess out of it. Kombucha, I hope that helps you. This slider is so petite. Like I said, and the reason I got into talking about the arm is because it's basically the same size as this piece of the arm for the most part, a little bit smaller, and it's just twice as wide. And you can literally throw that in the bottom of your bag, pull it out, and you can get some sliding B-roll shots with that. It's real simple, and I have a pan on there so that you can have it move. So I think I stopped the program on it, but I can start it back up. You can program it right from your phone to get it to slide, and you're all done, okay? So versus. So India and Irvin Fryer are both putting their studios together, and they both are mid-process of putting it together. I think we should do a studio versus. And it'll be interesting for people. I think it'll be healthy. Just like the verses on Instagram, I think we can have healthy verses on gear. I'm not going to be in it, but I would love to host it, okay? So I have a thought. I think Edelkrone still has 25% sale going on right now. Yes, I think they do. If anybody has Edelkrone questions, please ask me. Unless you're more of a pro than me, I'm the no pro, so I'm not super pro. I know what I know. I have a bunch of Edelkrone products, and I give you the pros and the cons on them. I can tell you why you don't need. Yes, sir.
Did you get like the light bulb and Echo Dot?
Did I get the light bulb and Echo Dot? No, I didn't get it. It's on sale. Come over here and say hi to everybody real quick. He said, yeah, I'm live, babe. Doc, your girl is stalking me. You said, okay, you said hi. Okay, bye. All right, so, people, all right, I'm going to sign off. I got to do some editing on something. I'm about to post a video that's going to show some nice Ecamm tricks that I do. I'm not doing it now, but I will be doing it. And so that's about it. Are there any questions? I'm sorry I wasn't looking at the column, but I'm going to look at it now. So, yo, Keith, is that the 11 Lily put on the Desview T3? No, sir. And so what it is I'll show you here. It's the A7. And so, Doc, the reason why I got the A7 is because notice the size on this. It literally fits. It squares up like evenly right here. Anything bigger, even if you drop it, it just doesn't have a feel good of looking straight into it. Also, if it's too much real estate and if it's too bright, it'll bounce back off of there and kind of mess with the lens. But this is an A7, and I just took and on the back modified this guy. I took the lip off of the front here. So let me pull in a little bit more and come back here. So here it is. I just took the A7 and put in where you have the screw. So on the other side, so I can have the dials and stuff out here. Plug the confidence monitor in here. These two are powered up like we do with the automatic cut on with the Casas or whatever on and off with the Alexa, Google, or whatever. The power goes in here when the camera's cut on and off, HDMI. And there is the Lilliput 7. And then on the other prompter, so on this one here, I think I just have a 10. Lemuel has a bigger one, but I don't know how that's working. And a lot of people are doing it. They said it works, but this one here is optimized well. And that's the one they don't sell anymore. And so that's the 10 that they stopped selling. You can only get it with the SDI or something on there, and it costs a fortune, which is not really worth it. And so that's what's going on. So Andersoni A7. Okay, dope. I'll cop that. Yes. So Andersoni, I do have, the 7s are out. That's right. The 6 is on the old Desview. The old Desview, the Desview 2, I still like it, the D2, but the T3 is fire. And Mr. Coffee Man, where's he at? He mentioned that Coffee and Tech Talk. I think he just got a T3. The T3 is so fire. Let me just say this, y'all. The flow that you can do with this, I'll show it to you once again. Just sitting on the desk here, I tend to use this a lot more than I use this one over here. This is the one everybody uses. We like using this one over here. And that's great. That's the glide gear. But for people who have challenges with space, if you notice, look back there. You have the teleprompter here and the camera's way back there. Now, here's something that most people are not going to talk about, and I hope that y'all are ready for this. Don't shoot me, but I'm going to say it, and I hope you're ready for it. The new ZV camera that most people are looking at to grab. Here is Keith's Pelzer take on what the problem is. I don't mean a problem to say a problem, but if you have the glide gear, understand and look at what's going on. How in the ham sandwich are you going to be able to see this side screen over here? Notice you see my screen up top, but because it's now on the side, like this camera over here, so with my Desview, I can see right here on the side what's going on with my focus and everything. Up here with this guy, you can't see it. So you're going to have to like get up, look around it and whatnot. So I just want to let some people know that just in case if you're trying to make a decision on what's practical for you. Just because everybody else is getting it doesn't mean that it's for you. Customize your setup so that it works for you. What works for me don't work for Doc. What works for Doc don't work for somebody else. But understand why he uses what he uses and how he uses it. Because of Doc, I was confident in getting a widescreen because I heard him, James, and a few other people. They were like, yeah, I got a widescreen. And I knew if I moved to a Mac Mini, I was not going to be happy with just, putting another 27 up. So that helped me to get a widescreen. After I got the widescreen, the problem was, I'm like, okay, what's going to be more comfortable for me to look into the confidence monitor? So if I'm on somebody else's show or set and I don't have to do much on my computer, I'm comfortable with looking right here and just positioning myself so that you can see a back shot this way and I'm done. Okay. But if I got to do a lot of function stuff on the computer, I kind of want to be straight. And then if I'm straight, what most people don't understand is you end up having to do what Irvin Fryer and Felicia's great at, is having two screens, because you have to put your teleprompter, this big old thing, you got to put it in the middle. And so I'm sitting there like, I am not chasing stuff around two screens over the side. So basically Keith Pelzer compiled everything to this one wide screen, and I literally never use this one up here. This is for show right about now. I don't even really use this except to watch the game up top on silent while I'm doing everything, because a widescreen, the real estate on it, it's so much better. And I don't have a super big one. It's not the small widescreen, but it's not this super big screen. Okay. The next unboxing I'll do, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to unbox this Soyez. I had to get another one because my wife needs one. That's what I'm running on right now. I'm running the Soyez box on this mic. I'm going to do another live of all of the audio that's going on right now and the processing that I'm running it through. I did a little bit on it, but I'm going to do an extensive one on it, and I'll be live in case you have any questions about the Apollo Twin and the use of it, because again, just because you heard Rodecaster Pro, it may not be the one that you want. And if you got gas syndrome or you got a problem, you feel like spinning, think about some options, because trust me, between me and Doc and a few others, we got some good wish lists for you. So if you need lights and you like, hey, money's not a problem, oh, we can tell you what you can get, okay? Now, if you within a budget, we can tell you what's good that you can get, okay? So that's the difference in all of this stuff that most people get. So that had a yellow Lilliput, okay, for $100 because of a small scratch on Amazon. Wow, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. All right. Let me see. What the kumquat? All right, people. Somebody mentioned ham sandwich. Yeah, that's the thing. Rob, you did a wonderful job once again on with what you did with Keely. I love it, man, and much appreciated. I don't think anybody has any questions about the V-mounts. Pretty much, it's probably like foreign language to some people. If you know what it is, you know what it is, so you're not sweating it. If you don't know what it is and you want to know, I'm just telling you, it's like the savior for powering up stuff and keeping stuff neat. One of the things that I did not really mention is for people who, if you're concerned about your room and you want to set stuff up, you want to start doing different lives, you want to start setting things up that are practical, I can show you how to do that neatly and have a functional, okay, I'm going to say it again, functional room. And so for me, I'm kind of a neat freak in getting things streamlined. And so this rig that I got set up and powering it with the V-mount, I had to get these mounts so that when I need to do slider shots or I need to do something live, I can have things moving around and it'll be on a nice petite rig and power it right into this one piece. I mean, camera, slider. So here, look at this, 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3, and then with a camera, that'll be 4. Power it up right on here, and you just have one cord going to your HDMI, and that's how you can turn up. I think our girl was on here, Michelle, something like what she does. If she's doing product and stuff, and you need these things running, rather than trying to pull a bunch of cords around and plug them up in the wall, that's what the V-mount battery's actually going to do. I'm done ranting and babbling on a V-mount. That's not much for live. We already talked about this arm right here. So if you have any questions about anything that you've seen or I showed you on here, feel free to ask the question. If anything you see in this room you have a question about, I'll be glad to answer it. Do not, if you're thinking about some more lights and you want a small light, check out the light that Doc Rock has. And here's the reason. I'm not just saying it because he's my homie, but with a comparison of the light that he has and the light that I have, the disadvantage is, I'm going to tell you this real quick. Disadvantage is, here's my remote and I can cut this light on and off, right? But it has a internal shut off that after about 5 hours after you use it, it'll actually power itself all the way down. Even if you unplug it and plug it back in, the light's not going to come on with the remote. You actually have to go and physically push the button and cut the light on. So if you're thinking about getting a softbox light, you want something to petite. What Doc actually showed us, and what I shown on one of my videos, the Godox ML60, they have the bicolor now. It's a great light. It's portable. You can run it with these batteries right here. Okay, you can put them on there, take it right off the stand and move it. So if I compiled a video, you would see Doc showed this on a live thing. I just did it the other day. You take and you pull that light right off, put the batteries on there, you walk around the house and get light for video or whatever, go outside. That's good. But the disadvantage to my lights are you actually have to physically go and cut it on. Where's that a problem at? The problem is that when I come in the room, it's not a big deal. I got to jump on my little step stool and get up here and cut that on in the morning. So right now, if I cut these lights off with the remote, that cheap light over there, if you pull the plug and plug it back in, that light is on because the power switch is on. These Godox lights, people, I'm going to warn you again, if you're bougie like me with the cutting stuff on and off with Alexa and all of that stuff, it's useless with these lights, the Godox lights, because you actually have to physically go and cut it back on after it super powers down. So I would be very careful with that. And this is why you listen to people that have the product. People like myself, Doc, a few others that got the problem, that we buy stuff. Diana, we're going to review it. Listen to what we're saying so we can help you. Ask your questions and we'll let you know the why. Microphones, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I would personally say grab the SM7B. If you notice, Keith Pelzer doesn't have this mic on. This is my baby. I love her. This is my baby. She's about to go back into the coffin because it's an expensive recording mic that does not to be spit into on a regular basis. The SM7B is a perfect mic that gets a perfect sound, and the sound is very great. This is 20 times better in my opinion, but the average people would never know that. And the way you have this tuned up, this is one of the most versatile, dopest mics. Now you have the other small mics. You can get one for your choice. India loves her mic. I think she sounds great on it. She doesn't need a SM7B, but there are choices that you can make and different mics you can get. But listen to the people that have it and listen to their reviews on it. And don't listen to people that says you need to get it because I got it. I'm telling you, here's how it can work for you, and here's why I like it, okay? I'm not talking to you. And so that is my little spill for tonight, my buddy. So if you want to control them with Alexa, okay, got to look for that flippy switch, not the push button switch for lights. Absolutely, Kevin. This is great knowledge. If it's the little pushy button, right? 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work with your Alexa and the automatic power and off and on. So you want the flippy switch, the hard switch. The hard switch, they told me that at B&H because, and it was a guy who was trying to sell me the same light that I had. And I said, dude, you can't do it. I said, I did the research and I figured it out. You cannot do it. And he's like, oh, no, you just get the little thing and the dimmer. And so I said, buddy, listen, I'm telling you, because I have the cheap Neewer lights, and my cheap Neewer lights, I tell Alexa to turn them off, she turns them off. I tell her to turn them on, she turns them on. But when I upgraded and got these Godox lights, not happening. Everything I like about these lights, it's the light that Doc just got because he couldn't get the aperture, which he has big money to get the aperture lights. He got these other lights, and I forgot the name, Nano. He got a Nano light. The Nanos are pretty much small and petite like these Godox lights. But the advantage that I would do is I could take those nano lights and then customize it to the power and everything on and off with a voice command. And so these lights don't allow you to do that. So just a word of caution to everybody. Once again, I see the bowling ball glowing in the back. Irvin calls this the bowling ball. People, check out Irvin Fryer's, the Fryer's place today. I use the 2 mic setup. Him and India, they're doing their studios, getting them built up. So he came over and used my studio, and I used his MV7 and I had the SM7B, and I had him and a guest sitting right next to him. She used the confidence monitor, Dr. Tanya. She used the confidence monitor in this camera over here, and I had it turned straight. So here's how she was set up in the room. She was sitting over here, looking right here. Irvin was sitting right here, had both of them there. Microphone here, microphone in front of her. Neither one of them were bleeding into the other, and they're both talking, and they sound great. And here's the kicker. Irvin has a great speaking, deep preacher voice, speaking voice, and what have you. However, the MV7, that mic sounded great with Dr. Tanya's voice. Those of us who know, you can hear the difference, but it sounded wonderful. Now, for another setup, would I get 2 MV7s? Absolutely. I wouldn't get 2 SM7Bs. I would get 2 MV7s because I was able, with minimal processing, each one of those mics were only going through an Avalon 737. Look it up. You'll see what it is. Avalon 737. And it sounded wonderful. Okay. And so I just retuned this mic. I wanted to do a live with Doc, and I was going to have him look at my screen, and I was going to let him set my mic for me on a live stream. So I was just going to pull up my processors, put them flat, and then allow him to, or like have a guest, him or somebody else, to, you know, tweak the compressor and everything so that we can see how we sound. So that is pretty much it, people. I'm going to get ready to sign off unless somebody has a question about anything. Kevin, thank you once again for that tip. That is a tip that everybody needs to know. You got to look for that flippy switch, not the push button switch for lights. So, Doc, are you set up? Because I don't know if you got the light out. Oh, and the accessory package for it is great. If me and Doc had a versus right now, Kevin, if we had a versus, the crazy thing will be, you know that one piece in the verses where it's like both of the singers were dope, but that one singer had that little edge there. That would be what I would say with the Godox ML60s compared to the Nanolite. That on and off function, because it would be a nice trade-off with the umbrella. They're so petite. You know, you can pull it on and off, and it's like, oh, look, I can do battery. I can do battery too. It's small. Mine's small too. It's bright. Mine bright too. Got a remote too. But when it comes down to that, hey, watch this. Alexa, turn lights on, turn lights off. All of that stuff, it's a whole problem. I'm going to see if she listened. Okay.
Which one did you want?
Good. I was making sure she didn't do that. So notice this here. This light over here is it's a cheap Neewer light. So we're going to get this cheap Neewer light out of the way. Alexa, cancel. So we're going to get this cheap Neewer light out of the way. And she was about to call an emergency. Don't do that, Alexa. So let's get that light off. Alexa, turn off iMac Live. Boom. See that? And that's a $90 light right there. That obeys. But these more expensive lights, almost $299. Now the price dropped down a little bit. This darn light, I can't do it on that rig because of the pushy button rather than the flippy switch, as Kevin told everybody. Okay, so that makes all the difference in the world. What is good, my brother Jermaine? It's good to see you, bro. I am really just farting around. I'm so sorry, Doc. Did I really do that? I turned off your lights. Okay, toggle switch instead of push button is better. Yes, Valrita. That's what Kevin was mentioning. So for anything that you want automatic, the toggle switch is actually better. So say like my speakers and stuff in here, and I'm just realizing that everything with a toggle switch is actually better because for your on and off like that for the Alexa thingamajig, unless it is like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi built in, it's not going to respond the same. So these speakers are flip on and off, these monitors. So when I shut the cameras off, all of these monitors, they go off with the camera. Even the confidence monitors, they go off with the camera. When you cut it on, here's another kicker, people. This Lilliput A7, the Lilliput A7 comes on with my Alexa, but the other one over here does not come on. The one that's on this camera here, the A10, Lilliput, it doesn't do. I actually have to go and physically hit the button and cut that on as well. So see what I'm saying? These are like in-house studio stuff that people like, because you're in your studio all day long and you want to make the room comfortable for you how you want it. I'm just a person that's more like functional. So it's not just because I want to do some glossy stuff, but I need to do it functional. And so the reason why I have a jib is because when I'm showing stuff, I want the camera to move around. A slider, because I'm doing B-rolls and stuff like that. And so if I'm doing a switcher set, so right now I'm on an automatic switcher. And so what I mean by that is it's going to move around. And so with the automatic switching, I'll have that slider moving because as I'm talking and I'm trying to do lives and stuff like that, I want to be able to just focus on what I'm talking about and have everything moving. And so that's the reason why I have two confidence monitors, so I can choose to look at that one or I can look at this one here. Jib is moving over here because you're describing product or something like that. You're describing, in Michelle's sense, you're describing your jewelry. And so every now and then you probably want a camera to flash at the jewelry and move, and you don't want to be sitting there fiddling around with buttons like I was doing earlier just because I'm demonstrating and just going, oh, wait a minute, hold on, this thing ain't working, blah, 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 blah. That's because I'm running in beta like an idiot. But you'll be able to stay focused, do this, talk live, go to your scenes and whatnot, and you still have stuff moving. So if I'm still narrating the use of this tripod or putting the V-mount battery on there, like that right there, I might want the timer to go a little bit more. But it allows me to stay focused and keep going and talking what I'm talking about. Now, the crazy thing is these cameras are switching. And so if I want to come out of the switching routine, I'm just going to hit a button and go right here. It's not going to switch anymore. Okay. Simple stuff that we can do with Ecamm and equipment. So this is your gas for Friday night. Maybe I'll do Friday night gas. Okay. And so if anybody has any questions about any products, I'll tell you about it. I don't have a problem. I'll hang around for it. If not, I'm going to sign off and act like I'm going to get some sleep or something. So when the power goes out, you have to turn those push buttons back on manually to get it automated again. Yes, example, Rodecaster Pro. I did not realize that. That's crazy. So the Rodecaster Pro is not, okay, got you. Gotta be careful with that. All right. So keep people off the stream with the Alexa commands. I'm so mad at y'all, man. Can you adjust the speed of this on the slider? Yes, Valrita. I don't mind showing you because Kombucha, she wanted to know. Let's get this slider going on, and I'm going to move this guy out of the way, and I'll show you what's going on with this slider over here. All right, so Mr. Jib, we need your attention, sir. So let me see, where's the jib at? All right, we get your attention. I'm going to move this jib bone up here, and what we'll do is we'll pan in, and I'll show you real quick how this slider thing works. Okay, so Mr. Jib is actually moving on here, and we're controlling it. We can control the speed on there. We can control the movement and whatnot. Let's go pull in. Okay, sorry about the light. Let me turn this off real quick so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so in the Edelkrone, you have an app, and all of these right here, they're poses that I have where the jib is moving. So let me add the jib real quick. I think it's on, is it on 5? No, it's not on 5. Is it on 4? It's not on 4. Is it on this? Is it on 2? No. Okay, is it on 2? Is it on 2, but it's upside down? Let's see. I think it's on 2 upside down. Let me, I'll put it right side up. Y'all hang on 1 second. Let me flip him around. Got to do the flipper. Okay, hang on. Rotate. Okay. No, we don't want to rotate you. Okay, we'll keep you the same way. Got you. We want to rotate the other camera. I think it's this guy right here. Nope. That's not the one. You got to be kidding me. All right, rotate. There we go. All right. So if I push a button here, it's going to move this jib, and there she is. So she's actually moving in. You can take and you can increase the speed on there and make it move faster, make it move slower. What I normally do for Sundays or something like that is I'll have it move like just enough, and you set it for 2 points and you can have it go back and forth. With the jib, you can actually program like 5 different points on there and have it cycle through all 5 points. And so if I wanted to go to sequencer and she's going to move over here to point number 1, and that's where the rig was. I don't have it up there anymore. And let's go back to 0. Come on. All right. So now if I put on loop and move it, that jib is just automatically, it's going to move. It's going to move. Wait, hold on. Sorry. So it's actually going to move to all 5 points. It's just going to take itself and it's going to go. So there's the floor. Sorry, I got crap on the floor. Don't look at my crap on the floor. But she's just going to move. Here she goes. And you can do that with a slider. That's just an exaggerated thing because I have it on my phone now. But you do the same thing with the slider. So just think of the slider just going to go between 2 points, back and forth, and it's going to be slow. So now I can stop it mid-movement. Let me stop it here. Okay. So she stopped. So let me show you this slider right here. Take this guy off. Boom. Since we doing it, y'all, I'll just show you the sliders. Okay, let's take the battery off here. That's the Edelkrone slider. Look how small this is. Real simple slider. Now this is a pan and tilt on here. You don't need a pan and tilt. You can actually take that off and just go back and forth. I like the pan. I don't have a tilt on this one, but I like the pan so that when it moves left and right, it'll move the picture a lot more. But look at that footprint, okay? Let's get you closer right here. Small enough footprint. And that's what I was showing Kombucha. It can fit right in the bag. You plug in a Canon battery over here, which I don't like those batteries. And so I get a battery plate from Smallrig, once again, and you just take the dummy battery and you power this guy up. And then you can sit it right on your desk over here, and you can have a desk movement back and forth. It's a low profile, and you can even use it with the teleprompter on the front of it. Okay, so those are just some options and things that you can do. People, I'm out. I got to go. Got some work to do, but I'm loving this arm. I'm loving the SM7B. Yes, Keith Pelzer has said it. I'm going to retire my microphone until I start doing some music projects, or I'll just use it on Sundays. But until then, I am in the SMB7 family a little hard now. And so I do have a little cheat going on with it, because people like Doc and I, we do cheat. We don't just do the regular SM7B. So if we were to audit everybody and audit your SM7Bs to see what you're doing with it, we'd probably be surprised. And so where's my demo mode? Okay, I'll go to demo mode real quick. And here's what's going on with the SM7B. And I'll finish up the video I was trying to do on this. But this is the processing gear that I'm using for the SM7B. You got this guy, and this guy. So I'm running a little tape machine piece on here, running a EQ, a 1073, and then also running a tube tech over here. So that's what's being processed on this mic right here. If I were to turn those pieces off, you notice the difference right here. There we go. Okay, that's a flat mic right there. I hope that's helping somebody out. That's the difference between audio processors. So Doc Rock, let me know when we're going to do that so that we can help people in your mic processing. So once again, here we go. That is the flat microphone. And so when you add your little kick-ins, you do this. That's your compressor. You add in a little EQ, and you add in a little softness on the bottom with the tape machine. That changes up the sound. But the whole point is the SM7B is one of the most versatile microphones to be able to use to get all of those different sounds. All right, people, I am out. Love you all. And who's going live? Who do I need to check? I'm going to check your live out. I'm going to chase somebody down, because as I'm working, I'm going to put you up top. And so I'm going to YouTube, and whoever else is live, I will be joining you in the comment section. All right. People, it's been real. I'll holler at y'all. I'm out.